think of one of your favorite artists, the chances are that they've created their own unique sound and their own world, and they are pioneering something, innovating their sound, innovating who they are, and shaping their craft around that. And yeah, it's so often that we try to recreate other things and other people and copy things in a way without really adding our own soul and our own sort of character into it. So there's this weird conflict that in one way we have this clear evidence in front of us that some of the best artists are innovating, and uniqueness in who they are is the thing that makes us appeal to them and feel connected and interested, and potentially even admire those artists. And yet for a long time, even myself, I spent copying other artists and other ideas and other sounds without feeling like I wanted to add my own soul and my own character into it. So yeah, there is a part of the journey as an artist where you are trying to copy someone else because that is an exercise in developing yourself. Basically, once you find, for example, a track that you really like, recreating that and copying it is a great exercise to find the little techniques and the different methods and the general approach and how to recreate that vibe. So it's a helpful step in developing, but it's not the end goal. The end goal at the very top is to create your own unique sound, to stand out, because think of it as that way as well. If one of your favorite artists that you really aspire to be like is kind of leading the way, for example, in the techno world, there's often, well, I guess in any music genre, there is always some people that are at the top of the game. So if you're just trying to recreate what they're already doing, all you're gonna get in the end is something that's already been done, but you get to do it worse because you're trying to recreate somebody else's essence. So I think an important part is kind of understanding that in the end goal of basically becoming the best artist that you can be, it's really important to create your own world. And this is kind of not a deadly serious type of requirement. It's more of a subtle guidance. So it doesn't mean that you have to reinvent the genre and create something completely new and out of this world. It's more about taking aspects of the music that you already like, that somebody else has done, thinking about what it is about that music that really gets you fired up and tickles your brain and kind of spark this excitement. Taking those aspects, those elements of that music, and basically recreating those elements in your own way, which is kind of that balance between using something that already exists as your inspiration, but making it your own. And I think it's just in a way, I think at certain levels, a certain part of development as an artist, you maybe don't see it as being the right thing, which is what it was for me as well. Basically, you have to reach a certain level of confidence in music to be able to do that. But it's worth keeping in mind that at some point, the way to become an exceptional artist, an exceptional musician, is to be an exception, which means you will be different from everyone else. And it's so weird because so many of us, including myself in the past, I was trying to do something that's already been done, and I expected for that to be treated as if it was an exception. So yeah, that's something that's on my mind just now as well. And that's also something I've incorporated into my music a while back, and it's in a weird way that actually is when I got the most recognition from my music, when I tapped into the kind of general essence of techno in a way where it had that feel and the vibe of techno, but I've incorporated my own processes and methods and inspirations and things into it that are completely mine. So this is something that might be helpful for you, is basically just asking yourself, what it is that you love about music, what it is that you love about life. So for example, I like philosophy. I listen to podcasts quite a lot. I listen to very different genres of music, from kind of jazz to hip hop to jungle. So I take parts of that music and I use it in my process of making techno. I sample my favorite philosophers, and that is kind of incorporating, kind of injecting a little snippet of me, of who I am as an artist, into my music that makes it very uniquely mine. And that is kind of in combination of making something that is good as well, because it has to be familiar enough so that people can get it, but it has to be innovative and new enough so that it feels fresh and exciting and different and creative. So yeah, have a think about that. Consider the fact that it's crucial as an artist to stand out. You can't expect to be doing what everyone else is doing and get different results than everyone else. So yeah, if you're still here again, thanks for watching, and there will be another one.